biggest advice or aha moments that you've gotten from somebody?
Yeah, I'll steal it from the. So as you mentioned, we do a podcast. I'll plug it really quick, then I'll leave it alone. Called The Inventive Journey. But so one of the questions I always ask, or I always ask a couple of questions at the end. One is, along your journey, what was the worst business decision you ever made? What'd you learn from it? And the other one that I always ask is, if you're talking to someone who's just getting into a startup or a small business, what would be the one piece of advice you'd give them? Now, a lot of different variety of answers, but I would say probably the number one answer, and we've now done over 500 or we're coming up on 500 episodes, so we've done a lot. But probably the number one answer is, I wish I got started earlier. And it doesn't mean that just because you got started early, you're going to be more successful. It doesn't mean that they would have made more money, or they'd be able to retire or have a yacht or have an island or whatever. But it's more of, once they get going, for the vast majority of people, they find that they love it. This is what they want to do. And and it gives them a lot or higher degree of gratification for their career and for their life. And so if I were to say kind of one takeaway or one thing that people should be doing, is just get started earlier. And it can be, if you can't go and just jump off and start a full-time business, start it as a side hustle, start it as a small business, do something to get started with the intent of, let's try it out, let's see if you love it, and then if you can continue to move towards doing it as a full-time gig. So get started early.
Treat bag as a metaphor for success.
All right. You're gonna find things that you like and you don't like. So usually, if I ever have a treat bag, I'll go back to like Halloween. You get the little ones that have the little twisty tie, and about half of them are terrible candies that you never want, and half of them are great candies. And so if I were looking at a treat bag as entrepreneurship and as business, you're going to have things that you encounter that are not fun, that you're just going to have to deal with, and there are other things that you're going to love and enjoy and want to do as much as you can of.
Nicely done. So that's how success is like a treat bag.